lupus, also known as the gray wolf, has got to be one of the most intriguing animals in history. For thousands of years, we've been fascinated, frightened, and mesmerized by it. Is it because we see the wolf as elusive, or the wild and untamed beast from the fairy tales of my childhood? How is it only 1 degree removed from humans' best friend, and yet we hardly know anything about it? Welcome to Curiosity Stream's new show, where we learn about legends of history and then we cook a meal they would enjoy so we can eat like them. Today we're all about wolves, and I promise we're gonna get up close because I want to answer the big questions. What does a wolf actually eat? Can we eat like a wolf, and would a wolf eat us? But first, let's actually get to safety because there are wolves in this area and I am carrying raw meat in my backpack. That serious about it? I'll explain in a second, but first, let me show you where we're having dinner tonight. So I'm not quite sure how a literal cabin in the middle of the woods became our safe space for this video, but hey. This place has been around for roughly 60 years, and normally this is where the local hunters and foresters stay. But I think for what we want to do today, it's got just the right vibe. Let me show you around. Home sweet home. Some solar power. A cozy carpet. A real wood fire oven, because you gotta stay warm. Some old stuff, including vintage beer mugs, because Germany. This is where you do the dishes in a place without running water, and this is where you take a shower in a place without running water. Firewood. This is where we can safely have a barbecue in the middle of the woods. So I don't know what this is. We did not put this here, and honestly, I don't think I want to know. You know what this is. Pretty sure that is the scariest one. How do you like the look of this place with all the antlers and dead animals on the wall? Certainly fun to stay here overnight. All right, we got some good news and some bad news. Let's start with the bad news. We're not actually here to track down the wolves that live in this area. Relax. We're just here to feel like wolves while we cook an actual human meal that is inspired by what a wolf would eat. But here's the good news. We would not actually make a video about wolves without getting to hang out with some. So, a few days ago, that's exactly what we did. Okay, so I think you guys might need an explanation. These two are Katja and Miguel. They are running this little farm, for lack of a better word, where they are keeping and training animal actors, especially animals that aren't very easy to handle on a film set. This is also where people like Sasha come in. He's a professional dog handler, he also trains police dogs, and he's definitely pretty good with wolves as well. And of those, they currently have a total of 11. Some have been with them for about a decade, and some are just a few months old. They also have some non-canine neighbors, which seem to be pretty chill about the fact that these badass predators are living right next to them. We were promised to be able to hang out with the wolves and even feed them, which we were very excited about. But of course, we also had to use this opportunity to ask them all the wolf questions we never knew we had. So they will be our experts for this episode. But let's start with the basics, shall we? Wolves mainly live in the forests of North America and Eurasia, but it's not like there's one type of wolf. There are more like 30 different types of wolves. So, while I can start prepping a couple of veggies, which is definitely the human-inspired part of the dish we're about to eat, we can talk about what type of wolf exactly we're dealing with in this video and what it's like to keep a couple of those in an enclosure in your backyard.
Wir haben hier in unserem Rudel Tiere mit unterschiedlichen Farben. Wir haben schwarze Wölfe, wir haben weiße blonde und diese klassischen grauen Tiere. Diese Mannigfaltigkeit an Farben gibt es nur in Amerika. Hier in Europa gibt es nur diese klassischen grau-braunen Tiere. Und wir haben uns eben für die amerikanischen Wölfe entschieden, aufgrund der sozialen Ader, die sie haben und eben aber auch in der Mannigfaltigkeit der Farben. Das Weibchen, also die Feen, die sind schon sehr dominant untereinander und die tun sich auch weh untereinander und sie töten sich auch untereinander. Das Rudel bleibt in der Regel immer nur mit einem Weibchen. Weibchen sind untereinander sehr, sehr, sehr kiebig, sehr, sehr auch gefährlich untereinander und ertragen sich nicht. Wir haben hier eine Höchststrafe, wenn man so will. Wir haben also tatsächlich auch 6 Weibchen, also 6, nicht ein Weibchen. Es bleibt bei uns ein Familienrudel, die sind trotzdem alle verwandt. Trotzdem kein Garant, dass es immer funktioniert. Es ist schon eine kleine Höchststrafe, sie alle zusammenzuhalten in einem Rudel. Wir haben ja erst, zumindest in Deutschland, erst seit 20 Jahren wieder Wölfe. Die wurden hier ausgerottet, getötet, bejagt. Man wollte den Wolf nicht haben und dadurch konnten sich auch, wenn überhaupt, nur die Scheusten weiter vermehren. Nur die allerscheusten Wölfe haben überlebt und die geben natürlich diese Gene genau weiter. Deswegen ist ein Wolf grundsätzlich immer scheu. Ein gesunder Wolf in dieser zivilisierten Welt würde sich niemals einem Menschen nähern, geschweige denn irgendwie wehtun oder angreifen. Das wird nicht passieren.
As you can tell, there really aren't a whole lot of reasons for humans to be this scared of wolves. In fact, globally, the number of incidents where wolves attack or kill humans is ridiculously low. In fact, so much lower than for dogs even. And that really made me wonder, if wolves are really that chill, then how come humans hate them so much?
Der Wolf ist ja einfach vor sehr langer Zeit hier ausgerottet worden. Und früher, da hatte man eben halt auch einfach noch kein Fernsehen und kein Social Media und nix. Da gab es das Gute und das Böse. Unter anderem waren es damals die Hexen und alles Mögliche, was halt schlecht war. Und den Wolf, den mochte man halt auch nicht, weil der ist halt über die Zäune, die es damals im Prinzip ja auch noch nicht gab. Also die Menschen, die haben ja irgendwo mehr in den Wäldern gewohnt als wir. Da sind die Wölfe durchspaziert und haben das ganze Vieh und die Schäfchen und alles Mögliche halt mitgenommen. Und klar war der doof. Und ich denke mal, dass deswegen die Menschen dann halt gesagt haben, oh, das ist halt irgendwie ein ganz böses Tier. Man kannte es nicht, plötzlich ist es da und man mag es nicht und da hat der Mensch halt einfach Geschichten draus gemacht. Und dann hat der Opa weitergegeben, der Wolf ist böse.
Nein, ein Wolf ist auch ein Kulturfolger. Das heißt also, er folgt logischerweise auch den urbanen Orten der Menschen. An den Momenten einer großen Hungersnot oder große Krankheiten, wie es im Mittelalter gab, wie die Pest und so weiter, da gab es natürlich auch in den Kriegen Menschen, Leichen. Und auch diese wurden natürlich auch von den Wölfen nicht verschmäht. Das ist natürlich auch etwas, was in den Köpfen der Menschen geblieben ist.
For more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel right now and look for CuriosityStream on social media. Links in the description. Honestly, guys, those wolves were about the most chill animals I ever got to hang out with. In fact, I wish some of my friends' dogs were as chill as those wolves. But don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that wolves are the kibble-nibbling pet that you can take with you on a chill walk in the park. No, no, no. They are predators. And that brings us to the central question of this episode. What does a wolf really eat?
Alles, was er kriegt, alles, was sich letztendlich anbietet. Ob es das Häschen aus Nachbars Freigehege, das schmeckt mit Sicherheit genauso gut wie das Lämmchen vom Deich, irgendwie, wenn es eingezäunt war. Aber letztendlich irgendwie, wenn das humpelnde Reh kommt, dann wird auch das genommen. Also ich glaube, der ist da nicht so, der frisst ja auch Mäuse.
Das heißt also, wir reden hier von Rehe, Dammwild, Rotwild, Wildschwein, Hasen, Wildhasen.
Selbst sowas essen sie ja viel.
So ein Wolf muss sich dann an der Stelle wirklich auch satt essen, weil es kann sein, dass er dann 10 Tage gar nichts mehr bekommt. Und ein Wolf kann bis zu 10 Kilo Fleisch aufnehmen an einem Tag.
So in einer Session?
In einer Session 10 Kilo, das ist eine ganze Menge, dann ist natürlich auch kugelrund. Und das muss dann aber auch reichen für die nächsten 2 Wochen. Also der Wolf, der isst, bis er richtig voll ist. Und das macht auch rein evolutionär, macht das auch Sinn.
Und der Rest wird verbuddelt.
Genau, und wenn die vielleicht nach 5, 6 Kilo relativ voll sind, dann überlegen sich, Mensch, dann vielleicht esse ich später noch mal, ich verbuddel das mal. Aber ich nehme es mit.
Lochgrabenfutter rein tun, Loch zumachen. Und gucken am besten, dass es keiner sieht.
Und vor dem Loch warten, dass keiner kommt. Bei Hunden kann es aber auch so aussehen. Aber er weiß ganz genau, der Napf ist morgen wieder voll. Aber Daddy hat mir wieder was hingelegt.
Aber der Großteil weiß genau, weil viele Menschen, es wird immer zur gleichen Uhrzeit gefüttert. Die sind nicht doof.
Genau.
Die müssen sich auch keine Mühe mehr geben, irgendwie Futter zu holen oder zu besorgen. Die sind einfach, die sind bequem.
Aber generell, wenn ein Tier gerissen wird, dann würde er als erstes die Innereien fressen. Weil die Innereien, letztendlich der Pansen, der Blättermagen, wo im Endeffekt die Nährstoffe zersetzt werden, das ist halt einfach viel, viel hochwertiger als das Muskelfleisch, was wir letztendlich essen.
Alright, so wolves are big-time carnivores, no big surprises there, but that also means that the food we're about to cook today has got to be centered around a whole ton of meat. So I tried my best to get the gamey kind of meat a wolf would be able to hunt down in a forest, sort of. So let me introduce you what I got, and let me warn you real quick, this is not exactly for the faint of heart. We're starting out with this. We got 4 almost cute looking little forest chickens, also known as quails to some. Then we got, a whole rabbit. I'm a little bit terrified. It also feels extremely wrong to hold an entire dead animal in the middle of the forest, but hey, that's what it is. But then there's my favorite part, which is this. We got almost 1 kilogram of freshly shot deer meat from the local forester. He actually has to kill a couple of animals every month to maintain the balance of the ecosystem here. And we got lucky today. And by the way, guys, I'm not sure if I have yet revealed what I'm actually about to cook, which I think it's time now. We're gonna do a very meaty, gamey goulash style stew, which with this assortment of meat, I think should make both humans and wolves very, very happy. All right, at least in theory. Let's get cooking. So as we've been cooking this, it feels like the entire forest started to smell of this delicious stew. And I'm a little bit scared that we might have attracted some wild animals. According to the forester, there aren't really any around that could come near us, but you never know, right? You never know. When it's too late, it's too late. Anyway, it does smell fantastic. It smells really, really, really good. Oh. We started out by grilling all the meat to give it a nice little char, to give it a little bit of smokiness. After that, I took a big stock pot and sauteed some vegetables in it. Classic mirepoix, meaning onions, celery, and carrots. After that, we started adding a couple of flavorings and, of course, our meat. And then for liquid, to AP's shock, I added a whole big bottle of red wine, which is that's what I do when I make beef burgundy, and I cannot imagine this to not be good in this.
Just didn't stop, like, look. I was like, dude, take it easy.
And that was a big bottle, but I did not stop until it was gone. No worries though, it all cooked out because we did let it simmer for 1.5 hours or something like that. Oh, and then there are a lot of great things in there like potatoes and chanterelle mushrooms. I mean, honestly, there are too many good things here to list them all. And we should just move to trying the soup.
Yes.
Ooh.
So it already smells very, very... Can you say umami?
Sure. Why not?
Because, yeah, there are a lot of bones in here, actually. We wanted to do it like the wolves. How wolves would eat it.
That's actually a good point. We really wanted to, keep it wolf style. And that means we didn't remove any bones. And also we just kind of chopped everything up into big chunks because you guys have seen a wolf eat by now, and these guys don't take time to chew, they just swallow. Actually, before we eat this, there's one more thing we have to add to this, that might be like a little special touch. Because when we were out hanging out with the wolves, we learned one pretty unexpected thing about their diet, which is the one thing they eat that is not actually meat.
Und aber auch Beeren. Beeren, ja, Beeren.
Warte mal.
Braunbären, Grizzlybären.
Das wollte ich jetzt wissen. Warte mal, Bär oder Beeren?
In dem Fall Beeren, also Früchte. Man kann schon sagen, dass er ein Karnivore ist, also Fleischfresser ist. Aber insbesondere zum Beispiel in Spanien, da wird ja sehr viel Wein angebaut. Und man sieht insbesondere, dass die Wölfe auch für ihr Traubenzucker ein Stück weit in die Weinreben gehen und dann immer schön die Weintrauben essen. Das ist also bekannt, das Phänomen.
That sounds pretty interesting to me. We sort of already added grapes by adding a whole lot of red wine. And now, I think we should top this with blueberries. Okay, this is really, really weird. Blueberry and broth. Let's go. Really delicious. Oh my god.
Wow, the broth is super rich.
I'm not sure I'm digging the blueberry. It's like, it's okay. I don't mind it, but it doesn't make it better, I think. So let's eat some meat. Should we start with the deer meat? The locally shot deer meat? Okay.
So this is like more organic than organic meat.
Exactly.
Right?
This is like literally a wild deer that has been shot in the woods. So it better be good. Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. I expected it to be really tough. It's not.
Has a hint of liver taste.
Definitely. Very gamey.
Gamey, like.
You really taste like that metallic, like bloody taste in a good way, I think.
Very tender though.
Definitely something a wolf would dig because, you know, they love all those guts. It really is delicious. Rabbit?
Yeah. White meat, just like chicken.
Exactly. It has a slightly different aftertaste than chicken, but not to be the cliche here, but it really does taste like chicken.
Very, very tender white meat.
It's interesting.
Very tender. Yeah.
That is, I did not expect that. And finally, let's try the jungle chicken. Let's try a tiny little quail drumstick. Mini forest chicken. Let's try it. Yum.
It's tough. Not like chicken.
But it's true, it does get tougher than chicken. It does taste nice.
It has more flavor than chicken.
For sure. It's like they took a whole chicken, they shrunk it by a factor of like 3 or 4, but they left the same amount of flavor in there, if that makes any sense. It's like a concentrated chicken.
And the meat is definitely a bit like redder, not as white.
It's like halfway between a chicken and a duck. Very, very interesting. There is so much more good stuff in this stew, and we are about to finish our nice and comforting bowls here as a reward for this long, hard day of work in the middle of the woods. I hope you learned a couple of things about wolves today and that things are not always what you think they are. And with that said, thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you in the next episode where we eat like legendary figures of history. For more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel right now and look for CuriosityStream on social media. Links in the description.